What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XCN today, OnyxCoin. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. So, looks like we're moving up, man. All it took was a little bit of self-sacrifice. I did it for you guys, right? I was saying down here, we're going to move up, and then we're likely going to go a little bit lower. It was me saying, finally, right, after all this time, I'm gonna take the blame here for. All right, okay. It was definitely me. This whole time I was saying we're gonna go up. Make no mistake. The moment that I said we're gonna go just a little bit lower, that's whenever we started to break out, and we've already seen a 12% move to the upside just to start this day. We're about what 2.5 hours into the new day. I don't care, man. I'll take it. I'll be wrong. I hope I'm super wrong and we see a 10x today, man. I hope it's the worst call ever to call for it to go slightly lower. By the way, even though I did call for it to go slightly lower, I did buy some. I did say that I bought some right down here, guys, quite literally at the lows. So I don't know, man, how you can be so wrong and yet it feels so good. That's the right way to do it, right? Talking about good risk management, you guys, let it be an example right there. Even if you think the prices are going to go lower, sometimes you just got to look at it for what it is and be like, this is the lowest price I've seen in a month. Even though I think it's going to go lower, let's not be greedy, right? It's the same kind of practices to the upside, right? Okay, we think that it's going to go to 10 cents inevitably, but maybe it's a good time to take to take profits. Tick tock tock. We're at 2 cents, man, and I can't talk straight. We're on the 4 hour time frame here. Maybe let's go to the 1 hour time frame. I had my suspicions that we would break out, but I was waiting for a move that would take us a little bit higher, right? I was waiting for something that would take us above these highs here. We finally got above those highs, and that's why I'm making the video now, right? By the time most of you watch this, who knows where we could be? We could be a lot higher. We could be retracing a little bit, finding a higher low. It wouldn't surprise me. I wouldn't be discouraged in the least at all if we went back down to like 1.85 cents, even down to 1.78 cents, something down there, finding a higher low. At this point, guys, we absolutely still could go lower, but I don't think we will. And let me tell you why I don't think we're going to go lower. At the risk of cursing ourselves and putting us back down here, right? We moved up here from this low where it looked like we were going to go lower, right? It was very obvious that you'd go lower. You had a bearish descending triangle right here, a very small one on the 1 hour, but you moved up. You broke out bullishly with a lot of volume. Okay, that's nice. It's good to see that you broke out with some volume. That's good. You retraced it immediately, so that's kind of discouraging. It would likely lead me to believe that you're going to go down again, and we kind of expected this exact move, but what I expected was that it would continue, not stop here, right? Again, earlier today I was saying something quite literally. I think it was to this magnitude, something exactly like this, but we thought it would continue to lower lows, right? However, you had a lot of volume come in on the buy. And then when you started moving up again, what did you do? You moved up higher, you moved up bigger, and you got more significant levels of volume. This 1 hour, by the way, 30 minutes left, you have almost as much volume. you've got about 2/3 the volume of the last candle. You got 30 minutes left. You're halfway through. You're probably going to see more volume as you're building. This is good, you guys. This is very good stuff. I want to say it. I want to be official. It's a bit preemptive. I think this is the third time maybe this week that we've called for it, right? I think it was here was the first time, here was the second time, and now the third time here. I think this is the low. Third time's the charm, right? First time's the worst. Second time's the best. It was the best for a second. I don't know. Third is the one with the treasure chest. We're certainly getting that treasure chest today. I hope we are. If we look at the 1 hour time frame again, hold on. You've got this 1 hour. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. 1 hour downtrend in the RSI, which we ferociously tore through right here. 4 hour RSI. We're also in the midst of this long-term kind of downtrend, which I believe we have just broken out of now. Getting above the 60 is good. Staying above it is better. So 1 hour, 29 minutes from now, I would love it, you guys, if by the time most of you watch this video, if we were at these same prices, if not higher. Okay, higher would be nice. This looks like a really good recovery. This looks like a really good recovery right now, you guys. And it could be, you know, it's I want to hold myself back, don't get too excited, but oftentimes too it's when you finally learn to hold yourself back, that's when it is time to get excited. But we've seen these kind of moves with similar levels of volume. We've seen this kind of stuff all the way through. It's not time to properly get excited. It's exciting because this is the biggest move we've seen since the 15th. It's the 23rd now, so it's the biggest move we've seen in a little while. It's exciting for a little bit. But it's time to really get excited in the essence of retracing this overall move and seeing a new relative high. It's time to really get excited when we get probably, I would say, above like 3.3 cents. 3.3 cents, that's when it's time to get excited. Really, even the 382 is when it's really time to get excited, because then we're above these highs here, okay? Something that's at about 2.5 cents would do it for me, because I don't even think we need to break above this 382 before things get confirmed that this is the low. I have the suspicion that this is the low, just like I had the suspicion 2 times before, and probably even at these lows too. I was saying 3 times, but maybe, hell man, maybe 4 or 5 times, whatever. These were all relative lows, but they were not the low, right? We're going to try again, okay? And this is what I mean. This is something else that I mean. Before we continue on with the TA, I want to get a little philosophical for you guys, right? This is what I mean. You can be, assuming that the low is coming each time, you can be wrong 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 5 times. You can be wrong 4 out of 5 times, but if you have proper risk management, if you're not panic selling the bottoms, if you're only adding more as it goes lower, which is what I did, right? If you're paying attention in class, and you're being a good little pupil, that's what you should do. Even if you're wrong 4 out of 5 times, you can still make it all back. You can make up for all of it with that one time that's right? And I think this could be that. The time to get excited for this kind of move, for a breakout move, would be when we break out of this downtrend here in the overall price trajectory. It looks like we're doing that here. But I would think getting above probably 2.4 cents just to solidify it, right? That would be better, because there were times where it looked like we were breaking out of it too, but it was just lower highs nonetheless. So let's get above 2.4 cents. That would look really like you're breaking out of this downtrend, and then officially getting above the 382, seeing prices that are at these highs or higher, getting rid of this lower high trend that we have. That would be encouraging as well. I don't think that from here we're just going to move all the way up nonstop. I would love it if we did. That would be great. That's not expected, but we'll take it. We'll accept it if it happens, right? I'm not telling you what to do. Go ahead. If you want to go through the roof, go for it. But I think more likely what's going to happen is we probably do find resistance where we found resistance before. We'll build from there, and then we'll find resistance where we found resistance before and support a little bit before here, right? And then we will build from there, and then we'll continue to grow and grow. And then once we get to the upper limits of this area, something around like 4.4 cents is what I'm thinking. Once we see targets above 4 cents, we're at prices above 4 cents, that's when we can start to think about these full ape crazy moves that will take us back in time to a day when we were moving at this pace here, and it will take us forward in time to prices that are higher, somewhere at like 10 cents, 18 cents, maybe even 27 cents. I think 25 cents at the highest. That's my expectation. Again, this 2618, we did stop here, okay? Let's look at the daily time frame real quick. We did stop at a 2618 already. So it could happen. It's a possibility. High to low here, right? That high, that low, high back in May or March, sorry, of last year to August's low in 2024. You literally tipped the 2618 as resistance. It was perfect. So whenever I say 27 cents is a possibility, I'm not just saying that for a comedic effect or for clickbait or anything. I mean it. It's a very real possibility. We just keep moving up, man. I love it. We've moved up a lot since, I mean, look, we're up 21%. We were up like 12% at the beginning of this video. Now we're up 21.4%. I love it. But we could move all the way up here. My thoughts are, you know, earlier in this range, when the lows were back here, that 2618 was at about 25 cents. And as we keep going lower, 25 cents to me already seemed unlikely, but as we go lower, it's getting higher. I don't think we see 27 cents. I really do like the idea of stopping between about 12.5 to 18.8 cents. Maybe we do go just a little bit above 18.8 cents, because with the 2272 specifically, it's pretty common to go just above it instead of finding resistance at it, around it, right? Would be more the expectation. Same thing here with the 1886200 area. It's around it. It's not specific to either of those areas. So 12.5 cents, 18.8 cents. Let's just say 12.5 to 20 cents. That's where I think we're going. It all starts here, man. From humble beginnings come some of the most legendary finishes. I think we're going to have one right now. You know, I don't really know if I have anything else that I want to say. Daily RSI bouncing off the oversold zone, or low enough to the oversold zone. You got overbought. You couldn't even get oversold. Bouncing in an area that you found support time and time and time again, looking beautiful, right? 4 hour breaking out of the downtrend, showing some positivity here. You could call it bullish divergence, but I don't think it is. Looking at the 3-day time frame, you're finding support here where you found support before. I wonder if that's why, because people make jokes in the comments all the time. They're like, C-Zar's on something. I wonder if it's because I itch my nose all the time, man, because I do itch my nose a lot, actually, whenever I make these videos. There's got to be something to it, man. Like, is it me? Is it just like, is it like a nervous? It can't be a nervous tick. My nose actually itches. I wonder if it's my cats, because I'll pet. You won't see it. I will pet my cats like down here. If you ever see my arm moving like this, you can kind of see it, right? It's not what it looks like. I'm just stroking the kitty. Okay, I promise you. And that didn't help. Anyways, anyways, we're finding support down here. Okay, we're finding support on the 3-day time frame, looking like we want to get into the overbought zone again. Whenever you get consistent readings like this and you're finding support above the 50, you guys, that sets you up for some very bullish environments. And I mean, obviously, look at what we're in right now. Quite bullish. Oh, we dropped in the time that we were admiring the RSI. We dropped. That's okay. Whatever. It's bound to happen, right? Let's actually look at that real quick. 1 hour time frame dropped a little. We got 22 minutes left in this 1 hour. It could be, I mean, by the time that most of you guys watch this video, and 2.2 cents was a resistance point to be considered, you know, like I feel like pretty obviously, if we look back in time here, you found resistance right at that area. You found some support in that area, right? Support right there. Support, a little bit of resistance here. Kind of support down in this area, directly tipped it for support there, right? So it makes sense that you'd find some resistance here, but I don't think it's going to reject us, right? I mean, it could. That'd be great. It would be so funny after this video if this was another one of those moments, guys, where we went lower. And guess what, guys? If we go lower, I'm only going to buy more. Again, you got to make the most out of it. If you're going to be wrong, you got to do it right, right? But I do think we're going to continue going higher. I'm not afraid of this at all. I think we're absolutely going to go higher. Maybe we take a moment here for a break. Maybe we come back down to about 1.9 cents. Again, I was talking about going below 1.8 cents. It's still a possibility. We could give back most of this move, but as long as we're maintaining higher lows, I'm not worried about it. As long as every time we move up, we are building in volume, that's encouraging. And right now, the 15-minute to the 4-hour time frames all just got a little bit of a boost, so it looks good. It looks like the beginning of something more to come over the days to come. By the end of this month, my friends, make no mistake, I very much expect that we will be at 3 cents or higher. Likely we will be at 3 cents or higher by the end of this month. We'll see how it goes. Who knows, man? By the end of today, we could be at 3 cents or higher. And the faster we move up, the more encouraging it looks. I got nothing else to say. I'm just talking about it, marveling at the brilliance of it right now. A little bit volatile, but that's to be expected. Don't get shaken out. Here's the deal, okay? Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but going forward, again, I really do expect this range. Whenever we retrace this range, I expect it to be profitable and tradable. I think there will be some very obvious trading points, one of which we might be at a selling point right now. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I bought down here. I'm not selling here, right? I'm going to let this play out. This buy, I'm not intending to play the game with, right? Whenever I bought down here, this buy, I'm specifically waiting a week. I'm waiting for the end of the month, and I'm going to see where we're at there. Unless there's a very obvious buy, unless we just rip by the end of the month and we're at like 4 cents or something. I mean, maybe I'll take profits. The amount that I bought here is just meant for short term, right? So I'm probably going to sell it before it even breaks above this high, but we'll see. Unless by the end of the month it does get above that high, but I've got other intentions for this cash, right? So if it is something of your intention that you want to trade this range, just make sure, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but make sure you try to be level-headed. Don't get emotional, and do not, even more important to this, and it sounds trickier than it is. I promise you, it's not hard to do. Avoid putting yourself in delicate situations, okay? Avoid putting yourself in delicate situations. What do I mean by that? Okay, this is what I mean. Ready? If you're looking to buy and the price goes up to here, which is a prior area of support, a prior area of resistance, relatively speaking, prior areas of support back here. If the price goes up to here and it turns around, or it's up here, it pumps 15%, 20% in a 4-hour period, and it's up here, and you wanted to buy, but you couldn't buy down here. Now it's up here at this area where you might expect to find resistance at. Don't chase the pump. Wait for it to come back. It's going to be volatile. You probably won't get those same prices, but you'll probably get lower prices at some point, right? Here, from a high to a low, you reached for your golden ratio, you didn't hit it, you probably pull back to about 2 cents itself. I think you already did that, though. Let's see, hold on a 15-minute time frame, 5-minute time frame. You kind of already did that, so I mean, maybe you don't go lower, but I'm just using that as a kind of poor example. All I'm trying to say is try not to chase, be patient, because it likely will be volatile on the way up. Look back, look to the left, and see how you interacted with various ranges, right? Like if we move all the way up and we find resistance here, at this point, or one of these points here, where did we find support? Even though we went lower, we still found support down here. We found support right here. We kind of found support right here. There might be areas to buy there, okay? Talking about not putting yourself in a vulnerable position, don't chase, okay? Try not to chase. If you do want to chase, then what I would recommend, not financial advice, not your financial advisor, but if you do want to chase, what you need to do is you just need to buy and hold. Okay, you need to buy and hold, because if you buy and you're trying to play the short game and you're chasing, you're going to play the short game and then it drops, you'll sell, and then it pumps. Like, don't play the short game. If you're chasing, you buy and you accept that it could go down, because maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, but you just buy and you hold, right? If you're trying to play the game though, and you want to sell at key areas, right, you sell at this area, and then you don't try to buy at the lows that it came in at. You just use those as a reference point, and then you look for a suitable area above there. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but the reason for that is it's very possible that you could return from points of resistance to prior areas of support if you're doing that now. It's very possible, but oftentimes you actually see a lesser resemblance of that, right? In other words, if you find resistance in this area, you'll go back down and find support in this area, but not at the lows. You'll probably find support just above. So all I'm saying by that is make sure if you get out, you get back in before the next move up. There's nothing wrong if you sell here and it does this, it goes down to the areas just above where you wanted to buy and it comes back up. There's nothing wrong with, instead of catching it at the most ideal time, with catching it right before you get back to the area that you sold at, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Swallow your pride. If you want to short-term trade this, you're going to have to swallow your pride, and that comes in two forms, okay? It comes in, if it goes up and you sell and it had this massive opportunity to buy back in, but you didn't do it, and you thought it was going to go a little bit lower here, but it just missed and you didn't do it, swallow your pride and buy back before it goes up higher. That way you at least get a little bit of something. You offset the difference. Even if it goes a little bit above, swallow your pride, get in it. That way you catch the next move, okay? And then if you don't get back in and it goes up without you, swallow your pride. Don't chase. Wait for it to come back. Swallow your pride. Buy at the higher prices after it retraces, right? It's not good to buy at higher prices, but it's good to buy at the relative higher lows, the lower points of this next high price, right? Swallow your pride and do that. And then, of course, if you're waiting for it to go lower and it just never goes there and it takes off without you, swallow your pride. Move on. Find a different coin. There's plenty of other coins. I'm not trying to take attention away, but SpareX, I like this one. We just did some analysis on this. I think it's going to do very well, actually, right? SpareX is going to do well, I think. Cookie DAO as well is one that I'm absolutely hyped on. I was talking to my wife about how I'm so jacked on it that I need to not put more money into it, right? It's often the coins that you're super jacked on that you want to put all your money into, and this is kind of that coin for me right now. No offense to the OnyxCoin people. I love OnyxCoin is my biggest bag. Let's just get that out in the air. Of course, it is my biggest bag. It has been since this move up began. It was not my biggest bag, and then it just took one big pump to turn it into my biggest bag. That's not because I added to it, and I have added to it since it pulled back, but it's just because it pumps so much, right? Cookie though, I really do think it has strong potential. So all I'm saying by that is not saying take your money and put it elsewhere. I'm saying that if you don't get the prices you're looking for, swallow your pride, move on. There's plenty of fish or cookies or whatever in the sea out there, okay? Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. I hope you all have fun with this trading range. Not financial advice. None of it's financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor, but I will probably be making active trades over the coming days, probably throughout the rest of this week, depending on how we interact with this range here. I expect it to be very tradable, and it's actually taking a lot right now for me to not sell at this price because I think that we will pull back, but I haven't regained neutrality with my short-term position that I bought up here, right? We've been going down, waiting for this move up, and it just hasn't come, so I've just been waiting with this short-term position whenever I got in over here. This was one of those moments where I sold the high, it came down, and then it came back up, and I thought it was going to go without me, so I swallowed my pride. I thought I did the right thing, but then I should have just waited because inevitably it provided an opportunity. But once we get up here, once we get above that, that's when I'll probably start short-term trading again with the range. But this stuff here, again, the stuff that I bought recently, I'm not short-term trading. I'm holding that for a week. This it's kind of different. I don't know how that works in everybody's head, but I have different amounts of money that I allot for different plans, right? And beyond just these two buys, right, which were small buys in relativity to my long-term positions, I have a bigger bag that I bought months ago, almost a year ago actually, that's meant for a long-term position that I'm not trading at all, right? That we're not even thinking of selling until we're near all-time highs or above all-time highs, right? Something like that. So positions on positions. I think it's wise for anybody, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but anybody that's buying within the last day, it might be the best to just not even try to play short term. Just wait a week. Wait a week, and I bet we will be above 4 cents. Not financial advice, not your financial advisor, but that would be the easiest 100% move that you'd make from this current price right now. And if we're not at least 4 cents, it'd be the easiest 50% move you make at 3 cents there. So it's definitely going to go up. Or I hope it goes up. Hopefully those are not some famous last words there. Hit the like button, subscribe. I did the thing again where I said I was ending the video and then I went on for another 5 minutes. Take care. Bye-bye. See you later.